is Kenneth, fam, and today I'm going to be talking about be obsessed or be average again. There's going to be so much parts of this book. So there's many things that like people would be like haters or naysayers. So like no naysayers or whatever are like trying to protect you, and they're so like overprotective and they won't let you do anything. Mm-hmm. For example, like Grant's mom, they always wanted him to like be safe. Like when he said he was moving to California, she said that, dude, the prices are crazy there. Let me check what else she said. So she said that, where is it? Oh yeah, naysayers would say, be careful, watch yourself, be patient, go slow, why take the risk? Play it safe. You don't need to do that. We just love you the way you are. Because that's just way overprotective. I want to see what his mom said. Okay, so he was like, he went to his mom and to like quit his job so he can start his own business. But his mom said, but you're doing so well. Why would you do that right now? Or when he was about to get a second company with a partner, she said, you know, your dad has company taken away from him when he took partners. Mm. And then he said that he's going to invest in real estate. And then his mom said again, how are you going to handle tenants calling you at midnight about plumbing leaks? Mm-hmm. Well, she's getting overprotective because she's trying to say whatever to get him to stay back and not let him go out because moms are like that sometimes. I don't think about the dad really do that though. So then there's haters. So you should like haters and sometimes not because they're hating you. But sometimes they'll push you forward because they'll tell the whole wide world what you're doing and why you're crazy. So they know you. So you're gonna be famous. And the people know you. And then so they know what you're gonna do and they can probably help you. Or they're just gonna be just hating. Because he says that you want haters to hate, but you don't want them to get way too far where they start like rioting at your house and stuff. But you should like make them, because the haters make you push forward, and it may not stop you because it will push you forward and try to prove them wrong. Mm-hmm. And proving them haters wrong is fun because it's like, so let me see. So it would be one thing if critics were just evil people who meant nothing to you, but they also include people who care and love for you. So I think those like, because people criticize you and whatever you're doing, even your parents or stuff like that, because they want to protect you, but they're just like not good because you can't do anything basically if you just can't take a risk. And don't take crazy risks like drink poison and hope you're gonna live, but like take risks that don't gamble. But like I can't give an example. What's an example?
Think of something.
I don't know. Like in a risk is stock market, I think, because they're gonna crash and then you lose like a lot of money, I guess. Like the Great Depression. So because that's a risk, but you want to be dangerous, not in a bad way, but like dangerous in like successful way, and not be like in danger, because in danger is bad too. Because people are trying to hurt you, or something might hurt you, or like ruin your life and stuff. And you want to be dangerous, but not dangerous like a criminal. You want to be dangerous so they won't mess around with you with your money, and they won't start hating. Well, I think you want to hate though. I don't know. I can't interpret it. So, another quote, last quote. I only do two now. So the best way to handle naysayers is to hit the goals over and over again. Because if you so they say don't play with Jimmy, and then you keep playing with him. No. You're gonna like sell houses and stuff, or start making like your own target, and then the people like, don't do that, you're gonna get robbed and stuff, and then you keep doing it until they have no choice but to believe in you. They gotta well, good luck on you because you already built it. And because sometimes you get to the point, you keep doing it over and over again until they can't say anything because it's going to be like probably impossible for them to say anything because you're resisting and you're not doing what they're saying. So you can't, because if you do, it's going to be bad for you and good for them, because good for them you're staying at home doing nothing. So people sometimes get really jealous of you because either you're successful or you're friendly, and then you have a nice car and stuff, and they get so jealous that they just vandalize things of you. And well, people is going to hate you no matter what, or some people will like you, but haters will probably push you more than the people that love you, because haters will push you and so you can do better and stuff. They don't intentionally want to, but because they want you to stop and stuff. But their hate will make you go forward, and so you can prove them wrong, I guess. because when people hated a lot of people, and they said that they can't do it until they actually did, and then they're like, whoa. Because people just hate and just weirdos, or some people. So I wanna try to get help from my dad, or do something so I can actually start my own business soon, because my mom wants me to get her a nice car when I'm 18. So that's why I need to get starting. And there's many other ways to start businesses, but there's easier ways, some harder ways, but the easier way is sometimes not the best, because they make shortcuts, you cut through most of the important stuff, and then you just skip a lot of important stuff. So, my pet bookmark. So, let's see. Yeah. So, haters are going to hate while the Obsessed is going to be creating. Because they're hating, they don't care, they're not doing anything that they hate. But while you're doing something, they just keep hating and not doing anything. And while they're hating on you, you're going to start building up until you are better. And because you're working and they're hating, they just do nothing. Because haters do nothing basically, and they're mean people, or they just don't like you because of what you did or something, or they're in doubt. They doubt that you would do something. And yeah, so let's find a chart he had. I found a chart that he had. Oh well. So if there's a competition, well, success isn't a popularity race, because it's not a race to be who's the more popular one, because you don't need fame unless people want to stalk on you every 24/7, 365. And yeah, so this is what most people would do. They have a personal life and a business life, because personal life is what they do outside of work. They're making time for your family, and you stuff. The professional life or the business life, you're working and you're non-stop, and you're just working so hard that you can't even think anymore, or you've been working so long that you can't even make time for your family, because you want to work hard, but you don't want to work effectively, like I said in a couple last video, I guess. Because if you're working hard right now, you're gonna be happier in the future, retiring at a young age, and people will like you. I don't know who was the youngest person to retire in 27. Who was the youngest person ever to retire that my family knew, heard of. But I think most people would retire 70 or 60 stuff, because they didn't work as much when they were younger. And yeah, so there's many things you need to do to just get your obligations done or your goals done, because you should keep working towards a goal, and if you don't, because your goals are just worthless. Like, let's say again, I'll have my goal to like 10. Well, no, I mean, well, Grant has his goal for $4 billion, but he's gonna check every day and see how much money he needs to go till he reaches the goal, because he's right when the book came out, he worth like $400 million, and he's trying to work till he gets $4 billion. So you need 400 million times 10. So he needs to work more, I guess. Well, yeah, people are hating on people because of dumbest reasons ever. And yeah, because in this book, he said that people are complaining that he didn't choose to get kids until he was 50. I don't know how old is he right now, but he didn't choose to because people think he didn't want to. But he was actually not his fault because his wife didn't get pregnant until when he was 50. Because even though they were been working on it. Whoa. So, yeah, there's many. I think there were highlighted words I wanted to talk about, so I think I forgot what they said. So, this is where the military would benefit us all, with its structure, ethics, rules, orders, that's a lot. But because you should, my mom has like all these awesome words on her computers, so she will have to do what those words say, like being a doer or like being obsessed and stuff. Because you don't want to be buying and buying and buying. You should be selling until you get that money. And yeah, well, you have to know how to sell, because once you sell stuff, you might lose the money. And you should know how to manage and start selling, because you can't just start selling and you don't know how to do anything with it. Like, set up a stand, get permission for that, but you don't know how to do sales and stuff, and then you end up something will happen because you don't know the proper ways to, and you might not just sell random stuff. And you should know how to price your stuff too, because a price is also really important, or you will run out too quickly, or it will not settle at all. So you should put it like the middle. Like, let's say the higher price is $2, but the cheap price is $1. And to make a profit, you can make it $1.50, because people would buy it, but you won't sell out that really fast. So because you should start like a business when you're young, because some people actually do that and they're already having a nice car when they're 17. And yeah, so there's plenty of like there's plenty of naysayers and haters, again I have to say it, because you can't afford to be one of them, in that there can I, because like you guys, because you don't want to spend your time on naysayers and haters, and you don't want to be one of those unless they're doing really something dumb. So don't care about the haters and the naysayers, because they don't do much, because all they do is talk about you and talk all the bad things. And no one ever does anything when they're the same. They try to get to you, try to make you mad and stuff, so you can quit, but you shouldn't quit when they start hating on you. So, the naysayers and haters are not that good in you, like for people to do, but well, that's how people are. So, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting what to say. So I found something I want to say now. So, you want to be a player and don't want to be a spectator, because spectating is just boring sometimes, because you want to have action stuff. You don't want to like spend your money on like the things like number one, and because either it's fun to watch, but you want to play because it's more fun and you get more workout stuff, because you see obese people just watching there like eating the hot dogs and stuff, even though they should be like playing sports like them, because obese people don't really play sport that much, and they need to like lose weight. No offense, but they need to like be fit and stuff. Like instead of just watching there, because when you Netflix and chill, your stomach goes big, and no one really wants you to spectate and stuff. It's more fun to play and have fun than just watching them. That's how parents feel when they're like with a 2-year-old going on a teacup ride. Is that how it felt? And then if they cry, so you have to take them home, and then it just ruins your money. Like it wastes your money, and you have to do whatever the baby wants until it's old enough to do stuff. Like until it's like 4 years old, you don't need to do whatever they want, but still you should do like what a parent would do. Because 2 years old, you can't just. I think you have to do, because they might annoy you a lot if they don't get what they want. Until they're older, you can start disciplining them and stuff. Because when they're 2 years old, they don't really remember anything, and yeah. So you should start. So you want to be a player and not be like a spectator, because when I play and stuff, spectating is just boring because I want to be playing like this. Well, not all the time because I get bored, but being like just watching things, sometimes I get bored and it makes me jealous I don't have that thing to do and stuff, because sometimes when you watch things you get jealous of how they play and earn stuff, and you should start like doing like playing what like sports or whatever they do. So that you have more, like, it's more productive than just sitting there like a fat person. So another really good thing is to try to make time for your family, because if you don't, like the family don't get to spend time with you and stuff, and then you overwork yourself and you don't have any time to relax. Because sometimes working way too much will hurt your brain, and then you have to have a moment to relax and cool down and stuff. Because if you're like those engineers, like software engineers, you're gonna be like this, like 8 hours a day. Like your eyes are gonna be on fire. Because sometimes when I look on the computer too long, I'm like, ugh, and I want to eat or something. Because once I'm bored, I won't feel like eating and just doing something else, because sometimes the computer, it just gets boring, and then sometimes it gets really hot because of the monitor and the computer. And yeah, because you don't want to get those jobs, you have to find the right job and then try to work to it. So it doesn't mean you should be like a wizard when you grow up, because I don't think magic exists. Like wizard stuff exists. If you want to be the president, you have to try to work towards that, and you have to be an American. You're born here, a citizen, and you have to do whatever they say. You have to be more than like 40 years old, and you have to do whatever they say. But once you are president, like one time I found a video where someone was like, "I want to be a president." Like, aw, like I want to be a president so I can make slavery again. You're like, whoa. Because you can basically pass down a bunch of like laws, but it has to go through. And once it goes through, people will get probably mad, or they probably will be happy with it. So you should know what you want to be when you grow up, and because once you don't know what you want to grow up, you're going to be like a garbage man. Some people might think it's fun because you think you're a basketball and you throw into the thing, but it's not really that fun. You get dirty and you take a shower, minimum wage. It just sucks, because that's what you get for not being prepared and not making your goals and stuff when you're younger. Because anything you do in the past could affect the future. Let's say I time travel and never time travel and make sure that whoever made the first cell phone never did, and then there will be no such thing as cell phones until like later. Or like if Steve Jobs was I go back in time and Steve Jobs died before the phone was created, like iPhone or Apple was created, then Apple would never exist. So that's because, like, whatever you're doing right now, like I said in the last video, if, like, let's say you're having too much fun right now, like going to Knott's Berry Farm every day, or you're going to Disneyland and stuff, you might have to. Whoa. You have to keep working and working more in the future, and then your life is basically like messed up until you're like 70, and then 70 you can't really do much and not that excitement because you're old, and you can't really do anything because so the good ages you should start is like 9 years old and stuff, and then once you're like more successful, people would be like 18 years old and stuff, and people would probably retire at like 40 years old or 50 years old. So,
Okay.
Huh?
Wrap it up.
So, one important thing is like what you're doing right now will affect the future, because that's obviously true. So, if I, like, for example, delete this video, in the future, like, go back and if I post this video and go back in time and never film this video, the video will be gone. And my second of all is the naysayers and haters, don't pay attention to them, because they basically do nothing for you unless they push you forward and make you move forward and stuff, so you can prove them wrong, I guess. And last of all, make sure you like keep working. It's so the naysayers can't say anything about you, because like, don't do that. You can't. How are you supposed to handle real estate and stuff? But you keep working until they can't say anything about it, because you get the job and they oh, come on, hope you do good and stuff like that. So that's all for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video of me talking about be obsessed or be average. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and make sure you leave a good comment. So bye.